Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about spiritual awakening. If you scroll down through my past videos, my spiritual awakening started, it restarted, and we will talk about that about 3 years ago. So I've basically been journaling what my own spiritual awakening is like, as well as what you can expect on your spiritual awakening journey. The thing with spiritual awakening journeys is that we're all just completely unique. We're all different people, so there's absolutely no way that we can all go through the same exact spiritual awakening. They're all going to be very unique to what our lives have been thus far. That's how I feel. So today I'm going to go over what the basic 6 steps of spiritual awakening are, and sort of what I've been going through throughout each one, so you can better explain. Also, I'd love to open this up for anyone that is just curious about what a spiritual awakening is, or has any specific questions about going through different stages, or what it's like, or what they may experience, or maybe I can help you realize what stage of spiritual awakening you're going through right now. So if you guys want to leave those in the comment box when this video is done, I would be happy to make a video just answering your questions. So leave them in the comments below. Guys, what are your questions about spiritual awakening? What do you want to know? You can also ask me any questions of anything that I went over today. If you have any questions for me about how I got through different parts of my spiritual awakening, please feel free to leave that in the comments below as well. And as always, I really appreciate it. It super much helps me if you guys will just hit that like button. If you like my content, subscribe to this video. There's also a little notification bell that you can also click, which will always let you know when I upload a new video. You know me, I don't edit over my videos, guys. I try to keep it as real as possible. So if you guys like my content, if you enjoy listening to me rattle on, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's get into spiritual awakening. First off, let's talk about what are some of the signs. What are some of the signs that you might be feeling? What are some of the new things that you might be experiencing if you're experiencing a spiritual awakening? Well, I can tell you one thing. Maybe you are noticing things that no longer serve you anymore. Maybe you have friendships or relationships or a job in your life that you're just like, why am I at this job? Why do I hang around with these people? Like, why do I put myself into this environment? Maybe you're seeing that you have a stronger connection to certain people. Maybe you're seeing that you have a stronger connection to want to be out in nature and more of the simple things in life. You're learning more gratitude. You're learning how to forgive more. These are some of the things that you may be going through if you're experiencing a spiritual awakening. Do you notice that you're possibly staying away from situations that are more negative, maybe staying out of places that you know trigger maybe negative emotions in you, so you're starting to stay away from those type of things, and you're starting to ask yourself, what is my purpose? Why am I here? Like, what is life all about? For me, it was a huge part of my spiritual awakening, figuring out who I was, why I was here, and what was my purpose. During a spiritual awakening, you might even notice that you don't like the same types of foods. They just don't agree with your body. For me personally, I know that there are so many different foods that my body just completely presses the reject button on, like, no girl, not today. You just can't eat that anymore. Your stomach can't digest it, doesn't want to digest it, whatever. For me, dairy's always been a thing. I'm lactose intolerant, but lately it seems like any kind of junk food I attempt to eat, which I'm not a huge junk food eater of like food. I do like my snacks, but I know how to keep things in balance. I was competitive. I was an MMA fighter for most of my life, and into fitness, so I know how to keep that healthy balance. So don't get me wrong, I love chocolates and treats and snacks and candy and stuff like that, but I eat them within balance. But I'm talking about everyday meals and, you know, doing those things that I used to be able to do, like stopping at Wendy's because we have no time. Now when I do things like that, it's just like, there is just like no serving me in those situations. It's a lose-lose situation. It doesn't even taste good going down anymore. So when it used to actually like taste good going down, and it was like, oh, whatever, at least it was good like while I was eating it. Like, it's not even good while I'm eating it anymore. So you may notice that maybe you have some digestive problems starting to stir up, and if you already have them, maybe they're becoming even worse. Or just what I said, certain foods are starting to make you feel icky and they're kind of draining your energy. This can happen during a spiritual awakening. You can also feel like really icky things like depression, anxiety, panic attacks. For me personally, I have suffered from anxiety and panic attacks since I was probably, I want to say, after the birth of my first child. He is going to be 27 years old in November. I can't believe it. But yes, depression, anxiety, panic attacks. I used to get really, really bad panic attacks. For anybody out there that suffers from panic attacks, you can sometimes feel like you're literally dying. I would go outside and try to get fresh air. No matter what, I felt like I can't get my breath back. My heart is beating. You literally feel like you're going to die. That's how I felt. So during parts of my spiritual awakening, these things were altered quite a bit, and I don't mean to say that to scare you. Everybody is different. Not everybody goes through it, and if you suffer from panic and or anxiety attacks, does not mean that they will get worsened or that you will develop them. Some people will. Some people that already have them, their symptoms could worsen. Like I said, everybody is different. But these are experiences that you might go through during a spiritual awakening, because it's like a butterfly. Butterfly. You're blooming into something brand new, like a flower. You're becoming something completely new. So you have to get rid of all of that old energy. And obviously you're going to freak out. You're just like, who am I anymore? And I've talked about this in other videos. So please, if you have a moment, take the time and look through, like, basically even take a look at my very first spiritual awakening video that I started to journal for you guys. I documented it just by talking about what I was going through. So it would be an easier way to understand someone just telling you, this is stage 1, and this is stage 2, and this is stage 3. I am trying to talk to you about everything I personally went through during those stages. So you are becoming a brand new person. So having feelings of depression and anxiety and panic and stuff are all absolutely normal going through this, guys. I promise. Spiritual awakening. During my spiritual awakening, and what happens to a lot of people, is your perception is super heightened and you're just vibrating at a totally different and unique frequency that you're probably not even used to. I experienced things with my third eye opening for the first time. It actually really freaked me out. I was afraid of it and I shut it off. And then I was really upset because I couldn't get it back. It took me a long time to get it back. So when you're in the beginning of a spiritual awakening, you might see things, maybe even through the corner of your eye, weird little lights. You're waking up at maybe 3 o'clock in the morning, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. You don't know why. You're seeing certain numbers, 33, 22, 11. That's the kind of numbers that I was constantly seeing, 1, 2, 3, weird stuff like that, but you will absolutely know. So it's just vibrating at a completely different frequency. Are you all ready to get woke? Because that, my friends, is the first sign of spiritual awakening. I like to say woke, awoken, awakening, the beginning of your spiritual awakening. Woke, so what is it? Woke, so what is it? Okay, so it's different for every single person. For me, it started with a book. It started with the book, The Secret. Crazy, right? But it absolutely started with one book. And it's too much of a long story to go into that right now. I want you, again, if you guys are interested, to go back through my videos. I journal my spiritual awakening, which I was not reawakened, but that's a whole nother video that I literally want to do right after this one, explaining this one, sort of. Like I said, a spiritual awakening isn't just an easy thing. You don't just look it up on YouTube, stage 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is all I need to know. There's a lot to it, okay? So, my spiritual awakening originally began probably over 12 years, 10 or 12 years ago, okay? So a very long time ago. And then, like I said, it's too much. I don't want to get into it right now, but let's just say for now I was reawakened about 4 years ago. now today. Yep, it's been about 4 years. So since then, it's just been in full swing, and I've been through my dark nights again, but here I am. When you are woke, it's something that just sometimes clicks in you that you say, oh my God. Like, an epiphany. Okay, that's the best way I can explain it. Sometimes we have just epiphanies in life. You know, when you say you're just sitting there, maybe you're on vacation, maybe you're giving yourself some self-care, and you have time to meditate, you're doing mindful meditation, you're in your quiet place where you have the time to think, and you all of a sudden are like, what am I doing? Like, I hate my job so much. I hate this house, or I want to buy a new house, or I can't even stand the person that I'm with. Anything. It can be absolutely anything like that. It's woke. Something alerts you to wherever you are in your life is not where you're supposed to be in your life right now, and it just clicks with you just like that. Whatever it is, like I said, every single person is different. For me, it was the book The Secret. I read that book. I thought it was absolutely magical. Like I said, I started reading this book daily. I've read this book 6, 7, 8 times now. I don't even know. I still actually go back to it and refer to it. I will just randomly open a page in the book that I feel like I need to listen to at the moment. And that's just how I do it. But for me, it started as The Secret, and that was basically just a gateway into spirituality for me, and it's been a never-ending journey since. So I like to call the first stage of spiritual awakening woke. Awakening. You're awakening up to something new. You want something new. There's something inside of you that wants to get rid of the old you and wants to blossom into a beautiful, beautiful butterfly. Or the little portals that I go into during meditation, and there's little golden butterflies and things like that. Bliss, where everything just feels amazing. You have started the spiritual awakening journey, and now you are feeling bliss. You are just so happy about all the new things you're learning. Maybe you're surrounding yourself with these like-minded people that are on the same pathway as you, and they are just happy all the time. So obviously, if you're around other good energy, you're going to start soaking in that good energy as well. So you're just happy. Maybe you're getting into your angel numbers and your guides, who are my spirit guides, and you're reading books on spirituality, and you're listening to videos on spirituality and synchronicity. And now, with stage 1, like I said again, and I'm going to keep saying it, everybody is different. So yours might last for a couple of weeks, yours might last maybe a couple of months, but basically they usually say, like, you know, a few weeks, a couple of short months, could be 4 months, could be 5 months for you, 5 months for 5 months for you. It could be 5 months for you. Everybody is totally different. So that's basically, though, in a nutshell, how long that first stage of spiritual awakening goes for. Now, your second stage is the same thing, like a few weeks to a few months. It depends on who you are, and they call it bliss. And I actually think bliss is a pretty damn good name for this stage. It's pretty freaking blissful, okay? It's like, to me, fantasy world, or grateful for everything that is in your life. So you're just happy. Everything is happy. You feel just, yes, you want to share with everyone. I'm on a spiritual awakening, and it is great, and I'm so happy, and things like that. Very, very blissful. That is stage number 2, and that is bliss, coming into the realization that you've hit this new beautiful journey in your life, and it is absolutely amazing. For me, I was learning everything. I wanted to learn everything. I'm still learning everything, and I'm so happy that I'm continuing to just open new doors every day. I think with spirituality, you're just always opening new doors of things that interest you, and just learning, and every time you learn new beautiful things, I just believe that only more good things can come into your life the more you surround yourself with good and positive energy and like-minded people. In situations inside your life. So for me, bliss was just wonderful. My husband probably wanted to kill me during this time because I was constantly talking about this, and oh my God, I was meditating in my bath, and my third eye was opening, and I was seeing my angel numbers more, and I was hearing my guides, and it was just amazing. My love for tarot reopened. I went out to the bookstore, always buying new books every week because I wanted to learn and read and stay in that state of bliss. So that is stage 2, bliss. And I'm going to end this video as part 1, and we are going to continue the rest of the cycles of spiritual awakening tomorrow's video. So I